So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Markup language. So that is a short form of HTML. And then it is used for web applications. Point number one, it is used for web applications. It is a web application developed. I can tell it is a web application development language. I can call like that. It's a web application development language. You can also call like this because web applications, if you want to create, you should know HTML. Till now in core Java, we understood core Java in the sense JSE, Java Standard Edition. We learned about standalone applications. What do you mean by standalone applications? We never used internet during maybe files concept or exception handling or threads, whatever we learned. I never used internet, right? Because we never created any program on internet. Web-based applications are not there. They are all standalone applications. Like if you take Swings or AWT, we developed menu bar we have created, or we created some calculators using switch case or whatever it is. They are all simple standalone applications. One desktop or one laptop is enough. No internet, even internet connection is not required. One user, one system. That's all. They are called as standalone applications. But that topic is over. We are into web technologies. So your subject name itself is web technologies. Web means you are going to use browser software for that matter. Even the basic program in HTML needs a browser. Browser interaction is much required. That's why it is a web application development. We can call like that. It's a web application development language. Okay. So whenever we say HTML, JavaScript, and all these things, so they are all web-based applications. It's not, it's a script also you can call HTML. So it creates web pages. The main thing is it creates web pages. Okay, that is important. Web pages. Several pages you can create, not single page, multiple pages you can create. And then we can develop items and elements. What are items? What are elements? I will show you soon. Don't worry. Items means text boxes, buttons, components. Generally in AWT Swings, we call them as components. Here we call them as items. We can develop items. We can develop items. And the other one is elements, items and elements. Elements. So these are the two things which you are going to develop, right? Now we can develop hypertext reference, means links. We can also develop some links. We can develop hypertext reference. That is links. That is links. How to develop links, we will see soon. And then we can develop some components. Components means here we call them as items, like text boxes, buttons, check boxes. In Java, we call as text field, but here we can call them as text boxes. So we can develop text boxes. We can develop text boxes. And then buttons, submit button, like that. Button is different, submit button is different. I will explain during coding, don't worry. Submit button, submit we call it as submit. Radio buttons will be there. Radio checkboxes, same, just like Java. It's a little different. That's all. Check. Drop boxes, drop down, sorry, drop down, etc. Check boxes, drop down, etc. Okay. These are the things which so many are there. The list is very big. Whichever possible, we will do. And then items are nothing but text boxes. Items 6. Items are text boxes. And then buttons, ఇవన్నీ కూడా whatever we understood, whatever we have written earlier, all will come under items. Sometimes we call them as items also. Buttons, submit, these are all items. And then radio check. Radio, I do one thing. Radio check box is there, etc. Radio check drop down, etc. So that is about that. And then, and one more important point in interview, somebody may ask you, what is the difference between button and sub? Are both same? Button, submit. Don't get confused. Button is different, submit is different. While I create, you can observe that a difference. So buttons, and you have to remember this point thoroughly. No need for confusion. Buttons and submit are different. In the beginning stage itself, I'm telling you, buttons and submit. Submit is also an event, but both are different. It looks like button, but a little bit different. Purpose itself is different. Buttons and submit are different. That we have to understand. And then a lot of theory is there in the beginning. Once we get into scripts, then we keep on moving. And so many tags will come. So many. So that's very small things, but memory is very important. You have to remember all those things. That is the only thing. Some people remember these very well. But people like me, generally we write a huge amount of code in Java or C, whatever it is. We generally forget small things, but we have to remember that. That's why I have changed my timings also. I have to look back some tags before your class. I forgot. That's why using tags, we develop all the above items. Already I mentioned some items now. All those items you can develop. Log out. Both are there, right? So using tags, we develop all the above items, all the above. That is important. So we are without tag support, we cannot develop all these things, because in your syllabus they mentioned clearly what is that forms. Forms are clear. They mentioned forms. How can you develop forms? Even tables. Okay. For that, before getting into that application, form is a big application. And before writing that, we should know some items. Not only items, we should know some tags. So first we start from tags, then items, then we develop a form. So that is a connection. Okay. Now using tabs, we develop all the above items. And the tags have predefined behaviors. That also you have to remember. Predefined. Tags have new word is coming here. Tags have predefined behavior. Means we should know how they behave. Tags have predefined. You should know the syntax and semantics of those things. Tags have predefined behavior. Behaviors. Right. You should know the syntax and semantics. What is syntax, semantics? In C language, we learned. In C++, it is there. In Java, it is there. In Python, it is there. In HTML, also, it is there. Syntax and semantics. Syntax means order of words. See, I made so many sentences here. Maybe it is a language. It is not a programming language. Just whatever I typed. But see, one word is followed with another. I cannot write this word first and this word second. Is it not? It should come first and then each should come. Means some definite order is there, arrangement of words. Arrangement of words can be called as syntax or word arrangement. Maybe language or programming, whatever it is, same meaning. Syntax means arrangement of words. And semantics means not only arrangement, every word is having some meaning or not. It means there is something meaning for that. Similarly, web is having a meaning, application is having a meaning. So syntax and semantics, we should know. Of course, generally, whatever language we speak, Telugu or English, we follow syntax and semantics. Similarly, in programming language also, we follow syntax and semantics. So simply syntax means order of words. Semantics means meaning of words. Okay, there is a difference. Right. Tags have predefined behaviors. And then, so any point I missed here? Right. Next one. So using tags, what can we do? We can develop all those items. That's what I mentioned there. Next, browsers are Mari. Why we should have browsers? What is a browser in this context? So I'm telling you, tags will be there. I will start with few tags like bold, italic, all this paragraph and all these things. And then you will be having items. Items are nothing but the components that also you understood. Then what about browser? Why we use the word browser? Because in the beginning of the session, I told you difference between standalone applications, web applications. Standalone applications doesn't require browser software, whereas web applications require browser software. So browsers are the interpreters. Browsers are the even I type a program in Notepad only in HTML. But once you save that HTML, Notepad document, whatever you type, for example, I type some paragraph. At the end, I'm going to save that in Notepad only. I will type whatever it is. Then I'm going to save that. And extension is .html because you are writing application in HTML. Once I save like that, some name followed with a .html, obviously uh, there will be no more notepad. It will turn into a browser. So whenever you click on that, double click on that, browser window will be open. Whichever browser is running on your machine, that will be opened. So we'll see that. So browsers are the interpreters. They are the translators. Interpreters. Browsers are the interpreters. Right. Next, tags. Again, let us come back. So this is the history. And before that, what are the tags? We have to start from here, obviously. Small things, but very important. So what are tags? So tags are of two types. Simply, tags are of two types. Okay. Tags are of two types. What are they? Let us see. Number one, paired tags. Paired tags. Okay. So I will write example for paired tags. Instead of introducing next one, let me go with paired tags first. Both starting and ending tags are present in that. Okay. Both starting and ending tags. Ending tags are present. In the beginning, generally, we talk about tags first of all. So tags are of two types. One is paired tags. So in paired tags, both starting and ending tags are present. I will write one example, then you can understand. Let me go with a small example here, and I will convert that into a program later on. So angular brackets you put like this. And let me write B for bold. Okay. Bold letters, capital, thick letters, okay, not capital, thick. So bold, and here I write some text, some HTML text I will write. This is example, I'm not writing. So this is nothing but, we call it as inner HTML, inner part of HTML. This is whatever I write here, okay? And it should be ended. So this B tag should have ending also. So this is the ending tag. So the end tag looks like this, B. Same B, a forward slash you had to write. Sorry, like this. So that is how you write. So start tag, this is a start tag. I will make a mention, you can understand. Same notes because I never prepared notes for this. That's why I'm typing whenever I am saying same notes I will send to you. I will put in a Word document and send to you also. So this is called as start tag. Means start tag. Start tag. Right. And then closing tag. The other one is this is closing tag. This is closing tag. Closing tag. That is it. It's very simple things. Bold, B/B. Start tag, closing tag. These are called as paired tags. And now the opposite for that is unpaired tags. Now let us go with unpaired tags. We'll do programs, don't worry, because small things, everything going for program, it is very difficult. If I discuss 10 or 7 tags, then at a glance, we'll go with one program covering all those tags. Unpaired tags, next one. Unpaired tags. What are unpaired tags? As the name itself is telling, there will be only one tag, and that is going to be the start tag. There is no end tag for that. Okay, that is about that. There will be only start tag. Start tag only will be there, but no end tag. But no end tag. That is simple definition. Things are very simple, not like Java. Very simple. HTML, especially, I mean to say. Later on, JavaScript also like that. Cascading style sheets. CSS also is like that. But this part, servlets, JDBC, that a lot of Java is required. Java knowledge is required. Right. Now, as far as example is concerned, let me take one example for this also. We convert all these things into program later on. Right. Examples, maybe start tag key. I think break is there. There is one tag called as break. There will be no start tag for that. You write whatever you want, but there will be only end tag. End tag is mandatory. Sorry, start tag is mandatory. No end tag. Sorry. BR. There will be no end tag. This is the start tag. Only start tag will be there. Break means there itself. We come out of those statements, whatever you write. We'll see an example. So you come to the next line, just like slash and we use in programming, or endl, like that. Okay, next. You are also having one more concept called as cascaded style sheets. That also I will explain briefly in the beginning itself, because these are all words are interchangeable. Let me clarify that also. And because so many technologies are there, let me clarify that. JScript and jQuery, CSS, so many things are there. Ajax, అవన్నీ ఏంటో కూడా చూద్దాం ఒకసారి. ఎందుకంటే at some point of time they are required. That's why. So what is CSS? CSS stands for, it is also there in your syllabus. Stands for cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets. Style sheets. That's the full form for that. Sheet. I think it is sheet only, not sheet. But cascading style sheet is correct. Right. Next, we can design colors. Okay. In this, we can design colors. We can design colors, and then background colors, etc. for background colors, etc. for our application. Okay. Why we do this? For some good look and feel. We can design colors. Colors means for some good look and feel only. Just because HTML, they are all predefined tags. I told you earlier, somewhere I mentioned that point. Yeah, here it is. Tags are all predefined behaviors in HTML. But here you can define. You are having some liberty to do whatever you want. So we can design colors, background colors, etc. for good look and feel, etc. for good look and feel. This word frequently we use in GUI. Look and feel. In AWT and Strings also we use this word frequently for good look and feel. Okay, that is about that. Look and feel of what? Because don't forget, our task is creating web pages, is it not? So good look and feel of web pages. Some web pages look very attractive, whereas some other web pages may not be that much attractive. So they might have done good cascading styles in that web page. It all depends on that. So for good look and feel, you have to fully utilize those cascaded style sheet concept. Okay, good look and feel of web pages. Web pages. Several web pages put together, you form a website. Okay. Web pages, to client. Okay, like that. So that is about that. JScript. Next, frequently you hear this word also. Maybe in your job or somewhere, you will hear all these words. You should know before that, before getting job itself. So what is this JScript? It provides functionalities for dynamic programs. Generally, till now, HTML, they are all static programs. But here, if you want to design some dynamic programs, okay, then JScript is required. All logic you can write there in that. Whatever logic you want to put, you can put in the JScript, JavaScript. Okay. So it provides functionalities, provides functionalities for dynamic programs. For dynamic programs. Okay. You can also put logic for that. A lot of logic you use in Java, no? That logic also you can put. All logic written here. All logic. Because some actions you want to write, no? Then you have to opt JScript actions because dynamic, no static applications. All logic written here, written there. That is about JScript, JavaScript. Next, jQuery. Another word you frequently hear is jQuery. What is jQuery? Same like JScript, but libraries are present. That is the difference. Just learn the word and leave it to this jQuery. Really, time comes in your syllabus, then we will go through that. So, same as JScript. This is also same as JScript. Okay, but libraries are present. That is the difference. Vast libraries are there in that. But libraries are present. That is the difference. Okay. Or you can I can also use the word provided, or libraries are present, or you can use the word provided. Large libraries are provided. That is also a word. It makes no difference, both words here in this sense, in this context. Okay. And then Ajax అని ఇట్లాంటి పేర్లు విని ఉంటారు. Knockout, JS, Ajax, Bootstrap, okay, responsive web pages, ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి. They are all used to develop client-side applications. Please remember, because sometimes in your project may require this knowledge also. Ajax, okay, Knockout. I think I may be correct with spelling. I still remember Knockout JS, Knockout JS. And then the other one is Bootstrap. Bootstrap. And then responsive web pages. Responsive web pages. Some terms, let us learn all these terms first of all before using them. If some we are going to use in our classes. Responsive web pages, or use it to develop. Use it to develop client-side applications. Don't forget, this is important. Client-side. Somebody may ask you, what do you, why you go with Ajax? What is Ajax required for? Simply say that it's a kind of software where we can develop client-side applications. That's all. It meets the client-side requirements. Okay. Applications means web pages. Don't think otherwise. Application is not a business application here. It is simply to say maybe a business application. It is all about web pages. Because our knowledge here is going to be revolving around web technologies, right? Your subject itself is web technologies. Means things like websites, web pages, all these things will come. So here comes web pages. Again, I am highlighting that. That's why. So don't forget web pages. So that is our work here. Okay. Means it is also like HTML, but some extra things we have, some extra features are there. You can catch that point, right? CSS, again, some colors, that and this if you want. And again, JavaScript, because if you want some dynamic programs, okay, then you have to opt JavaScript. And again, Ajax, Knockout, these kind of things you are going to use. Why? And of course, jQuery, because of its huge library. And again, Ajax, Knockout, Bootstrap, responsive web pages, etc. Because you can create some client-side applications, web pages you can create. Okay, that is about that. And then it looks like earlier HTML only. It looks like earlier HTML. HTML ആണ് ఉంటుంది. Okay. And then Java, .NET, PHP, you all know these things. Why we learn Java? Not only standalone applications ఏం చేసుకుంటాం, business applications are required. For that, web applications are required. So Java, .NET, PHP provide server-side applications. Okay, that is a difference. So Java, comma, what else? .NET, .NET, and write like this. .NET. .NET is very low when compared with Java. Nothing. In the beginning days, maybe 20 years back, so many, even now it is there, but it is all second class technology. You can understand. You know, the difference between ordinary compartment and reservation compartment. Java is something like reservation compartment. You picked AC reserved, something like. .NET is something like ordinary compartment. That is a difference. Small projects you can do. Big projects also you can do, but it is having so many limitations. It is not that much successful as Java. Okay, and that much value is not given in the society. And PHP provide server-side applications, and PHP provide server-side applications. Client side, server side. Don't get confused. Client side application, if you want to design, go ahead with Ajax, Knockout, Bootstrap, responsive web pages, and all these things. And server side applications, really, if you want, you can go with Java, .NET. Of course, sometimes Java applications we can use for standalone also, but Java, .NET, PHP provide server side applications. If you really want to develop a web application, you can utilize your Java skills, your .NET, your PHP in server-side applications. Okay, that is about that. So we covered major things which we get in website, web-based creation. Major technologies we learned till now. Now, general structure of HTML page we will see. Now we will get into our HTML again. General structure of HTML. General structure. You know, once we start C language, we start with structure of C program. Similarly, we start with general structure of HTML, of a HTML. Okay, HTML, we will see. In your college, they might have given you structure. In C program, yeah, they might have discussed it. In Java also. Now in HTML also, we should explore structure of HTML, general structure. Generally, it will be like this. HTML, we use a word called as HTML. It's a tag, okay? This is one tag. So whenever I say tag, generally we write in angular brackets like this. And the other one is head tag. We can write like this. For heading purpose, simply. So titles can be put in this section. I'm not writing. This is an example, no structure, no. So generally, what we write, titles used. Writing titles will be there, no, for any paragraph or something like that. We put some titles. So titles used here. I can mention like this, right? And if you really want to update with some colorful things, then you can add some CSS also. Styles also you can add. Styles అనగానే ఏం గుర్తు రావాలి? CSS. Already I explained that, right? Like that. We'll go into that also later on. Once we complete HTML, then we will go with CSS also. So cascaded style sheets also you can put here as part of heading. Heading కొంచెం colorful గా పెడతాం కదా general గా. We use some colors for heading. So obviously HTML is not having those many that much flexibility. You can go with CSS. You can embed. They are all friendly. One technology with another. You can embed. Okay. And this is the end tag for heading is done. Okay. We can close. And then some body will be there. The logic or whatever you want to write. You can write here. Body. You can call it as body. Okay. So body in the sense, what do you write? Actual data. I can write, I can mention like this. Actual data you can put, and then logic you can put. Logic is required. Whatever logic is required, you can put all that here. All that here you can put. Okay. And then you can close the body also like this. Closing tag. Both starting tag, ending tag is also there. Then you close the HTML tag also. This is general structure. So many things will come in between. So many small tags will come, small or big, whatever it is. So this is the general structure of HTML page, HTML, if you want to create. Now we should see the tags one by one. So general structure is first heading, first HTML you have to start. See, at the ending, end HTML tag is there. In between, head tag is there, body tags. These are the minimum requirements. Okay. I think there will be no doubts in this, but we will see some tags. Then we will design some HTML page where we utilize many tags. At least one program today. Right. Some tags. I will put heading as some tags or tags. Heading. I will put some tags. Some tags. కొన్ని tags నేర్చుకుందాం. First, let us go through bold tag. Bold tag. How to utilize, how to use this bold tag. Very simple. ఏం చేస్తుంది డిస్ప్లేస్ టెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ బోల్డ్ నోట్స్ కావాలంటే డిస్ప్లేస్ టెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ వెరీ సింపుల్ ఆ ట్యాగ్ లోనే ఉంటుంది మీనింగ్ డిస్ప్లేస్ టెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ bold displays text in bold. Okay. And how to start, how to end, very simple like this b, and both are mandatory now. You write whatever you want. You can also practice. I may write one or two programs because for every small thing doing in the sense maybe, but I try to write. Sometimes I may, we cannot complete syllabus if we do small things. That's why I leave to you for practice. Of course, I will touch each and every tag, almost all, but multiple examples you have to practice. Okay, that I leave to you. If I tell one, you have to do 10. That is a difference. Because I cannot do 10, no. You have to do because it is your job. I will do one, the remaining will be also similar. Because miscellaneous, so many things will be there here. Bold tags is very simple. Then break tag. Let us take break tag. Break tag. What is a break tag? Break tag. Gets text to next line. Gets text to next line. Very simple. Next line. How to use that? Very simple. Only start tag. No end tag. BR. That's it. At the end of the text, you can write BR. So it will be moving, control will be transferring to the next line. Similarly, paragraph tag. It will be also having start tag only. Sets the paragraphs. So third one, paragraph tag. Paragraph. I think this is correct. Paragraph tag. But sets paragraphs. You know what is paragraph? I need not explain. Paragraph. Some systematic way of writing by writing paragraphs, right? Only start tag, no end tag. That's it. You have to remember that is the problem. And then before class, I have checked all these. That's why I can remember. But again, after 2 days, I may forget also. You have to recollect me because my it is not there in permanent memory. Some of these things. Generally, I won't forget, but sometimes it will happen. That is a problem. This horizontal ruler tag. You'll get a horizontal ruler on the top. I'll show you that. Horizontal ruler. I don't know whether these things are covered in your class or not, but it is also possible. This I cannot write notes. I will show you through application. Okay. Small script. I will show you HR tag. We call it as horizontal ruler. H for horizontal, R for ruler. Next, pre-format tag means what? Getting the format as it is. As it is కావాలంటే format. Pre-format tag. I think this they will cover. Pre-format tag. Getting the format. Getting the format as it is. As it is. As it is. So what is the tag for that? PRE. Only start tag. No end tag. Pre-format tag. Next, string tag. That also I will show you. I cannot write notes for this. You will see that. And the other one is string tag. String tag. I will show you through program. Only is it string? Sorry, strong. I think strong tag. RONG. Strong tag. Strong tag. Just write strong. Only starting. No ending for that. I forgot this. Let me check that once. Let me check this. It is correct, I think. I will check that. So it is correct. We'll get. Next, italic is very simple. Just like bold, you are also having italic. Only opening tag is there. Gets text in italic. I think it is optional. I think closing is optional for this. Let me check where back I have done this. Italic tag. Italic tag. Meaning same, just like displays text in bold, here displays text in italic. Displays text in italic. Slant cross together. Italic, right? So as far as tag is concerned, very simple. That is just write I, single character. These things you have to remember. And then emphasis tag. If you want to emphasis on something, then you can go with emphasis tag. This also I will show you instead of doing, instead of writing emphasis. Practically, you have to see these things. Emphasis tag. How the effect is, we have to see through practical observation only. EM. But you have to remember, in place of EM, if you write E, it won't work. That is the problem with these things. So sometimes while I am doing the application, I may forget EM and I may go with emphasis, I can remember, but E I can go. So there you have to correct me. Okay. EM is the tag. And then I think I have done with all tags. Few more are there, miscellaneous. You will complete and do at least one program. 9. Strike tag. You know, strike. Potato on matter. If you wrote something wrong, you horizontally put some line on the text itself. That is called as strike tag. Strike tag. Strike tag. So what is the meaning of that? Strikes out the text. Strikes out the text. That is about that. Okay. And in real time also, you are going to utilize these kind of tags somewhere. Sure. We generally will ignore these small things, but if you are having these things in your memory, some people are very, very good in these tags. I am not that much good, but some people immediately they can in flow they will write. But whenever I am doing, I may search. I may require to search because on constant touch I am not there with this. But really, if you are in free flow, really it's good if you can remember these tags. Not much logic, that is the problem. We have to just remember, matter of memory, that's all. Strikes out the text. Potatoes, text in between whatever text you write here, it will be, for example, if I write class cancel, class, if I write class, the class will be striked horizontally, means there is no class like that. Next, 10th one. Underline tag, you know this also very simple. Underline tag means what? Underlines the text in the underline. మధ్యలో in between those start and end tags, whatever text you type, whichever text you type, you will get an underline. You will be provided with underline. That's all. Very simple. Underlines the text. Underlines the text. That's all. So how to use? Very simple. You just write you. That's all. One starting tag is enough, I think. Let me check. I think so. 11. And then heading tags. These are also very simple. Heading tags, as the name itself is telling. During headings, we are going to use these tags. Displays required style of heading. Displays required, because there are different types of headings. I will tell you that. Displays required style of headings. Heading styles are and headings. Okay, that's it. I think H6 anukunta. I still remember 6 or 7 or 6, 8. I still remember 6 will be there. Like this first style. If I go with H1, that is one particular style. Similarly, I can go with H2 style. Okay. Otherwise, H3. I think closing is optional. I think it is optional. Let me check. Then I can get confirmed. Like that, up to like I will write all the things. Otherwise, you'll get confused. H4 is also there. H5 style is also there. 6A. I still remember H6. No H7, please. Only H6. So up to H6, different styles అనమాట అవన్నీ ఎట్లా వస్తాయంటే చేస్తే కానీ కనపడదు. H1 may be little bit smaller, H2 may be bigger, H6 అంటే ఇంకా పెద్దగా రావచ్చు. అట్లా different styles, different patterns like that. And then subscript, subscript, superscript. For example, ఎట్లా చెప్పాలి, 9 base 16 అన్నాం అనుకోండి. Subscript 16 is a subscript. No, you can put as a subscript కింద తగిలిస్తాం కదా అట్లా. So subscript tags. 12th one is subscript tags. What are subscript tags? కిందంటే ఏమంటాం, బేస్ అంటాం కదా. గెట్స్ ద బేస్. మ్యాథ్స్ లో వాడతాం. మ్యాథ్స్ ఆర్ కెమిస్ట్రీ, ఫిజిక్స్, జనరలీ we use, no? Majority cases in mathematics we use. In chemistry also we use, right? Gets the base. Example I will write. Understand? Example అంటే ఇక్కడ రాయలేం కదా, ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, ఐ డూ వన్ థింగ్, మీకు అర్థం కావడానికి ఇట్లా రాయొచ్చు. యూ కెన్ పుట్ ఎ బ్రాకెట్, యూ కెన్ రైట్ 9, యూ కెన్ రైట్ సబ్స్క్రిప్ట్ కదా, సబ్ అని రాయాలి. సబ్ 16 అనగానే ఎట్లా ప్రింట్ అవుద్ది? యు నో హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రింటెడ్. ఐ విల్ షో యూ త్రూ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ హియర్. Okay, because I cannot make 16 as a subscript of 9 in notepad. We cannot do, no word aithe vachedi. Okay, anyways, next superscript kuda. Whenever I say subscript, you can believe that the superscript is also there. Superscript tags aventi tag ante seripadu. Tags indukmalla, let us call it as tag. Heading ante tags idi okate kabatti, right? Gets the power. Gets the power, right? Gets the power. Again, this you are going to use in mathematics a lot of time, but in chemistry also we use sometimes, right? So just like in the రాసినట్టే super, SUP అంటే సరిపోదు. SUP, super. Okay, like that. So let me write one example also, you can understand. Example will be like this. ఎట్లా రాయాలి? 2 power 8 I want. First write 2, then writes SUP, and then go ahead with 8. That's it. It will result in 2 power 8. Indakademo 9 base 16. You read this as 9, otherwise I will write like this. Output will be something like then the output at last. The output I'll show you anyways as far as notes I am writing. 9 base 16 at last. దీనికి 2 power 8. The meaning for this is 2 power 8. Output 2 power 8. That meaning దానికి. Okay, ఇంకేమైనా మిస్ అయ్యామా? Superscript image tag, because we have to deal with lots of images, right? That is also important. Image tag. Image tag is also there. Any tags చెప్పారు వీటిల్లో ఇంతవరకు కవర్ అయినాయా ఈ tags అన్ని? In your college all these tags covered? Hmm? What about yourself? The other one? ఈ tags చెప్పారా? చెప్పారా ఇవన్నీ? ఉన్నాయి రాలేదు అక్కడ దాకా. ఓకే ఓకే. మీకు చెప్పలేదా స్ఫూర్తిలో? స్ఫూర్తి కాలేజీలో చెప్పలేదా మీకు? కార్తికేయ ఏం చెప్పి మరి HTML మీకు అయిపోయిందా? ల్యాబ్ అయిపోయింది కానీ చెప్పలేదు. మీకు అయిపోయిందా ఇది? ఇప్పుడు థర్డ్ ఇయర్ కదా? రైట్ రైట్ రైట్. ఇమేజ్ ట్యాగ్. ఓకే. As the name itself is telling, we can make a comment like gets an image. Gets an image. సో రిప్రజెంట్స్ మీకు ఇమేజ్ రావాలంటే వెబ్ పేజ్ మీద ఇమేజ్ రావాలి. నాకు బొమ్మలు ఉంటాయి కదా వెబ్ పేజ్ అన్నప్పుడు ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటాయి బొమ్మలు, మ్యాండేటరీ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్. సో రిప్రజెంట్స్ ఇమేజ్, రిప్రజెంట్స్ ఇమేజ్, represents image on the web page. ఇదే కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తాను, వర్డ్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేసి మీకు పంపిస్తాను నోట్స్. ఎందుకంటే నా దగ్గర నోట్స్ లేదు దీని మీద, అది ప్రాబ్లం యాక్చువల్గా. వెబ్సైట్లోకి వెళ్ళి అవి అట్లా చూడొచ్చు కానీ అవి డైజెస్ట్ చేసుకుని సింపుల్ ఫామ్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నాను. దట్ ఐఎమ్ పుట్టింగ్ యాజ్ నోట్స్ అండ్ బికాస్ ఐ కెనాట్ టేక్ సపరేట్ టైమ్ టు రైట్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. That's why let me go ahead like this. Right. So on web page. Right. So and talking about the tag, it will be like this: img. And anchor tag and అది కూడా frequent గా వాడతాం. Anchor tag gets a hypertext reference. Hypertext reference కావాలంటే ఇది. Hypertext అంటే అది క్లిక్ చేయగానే వేరే లింక్ వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. So if you click on some blue colored link will be provided. If you click on that, you turn to some other page. ఒక పేజ్ నుంచి ఇంకో పేజ్కి వెళ్ళిపోవటం. You know that, right? So some if this is all the text you are reading, this is a web page అనుకోండి. For example, if this is a web page, one particular address will be given here. It will be in some other color like this, generally in blue. If you click on that, another window will be opened. So to create such bluish colored location, then you have to opt this anchor tag. So you have to create an anchor tag for that matter. So 15th one is anchor tag. Anchor tag. So what is the purpose of anchor tag? Gets a hypertext reference. Gets a hypertext reference. Okay. And tag is very simple. Just write A. That's all. A. Okay. Ivanamata tags. And then you have to know about the uses of HTML. HTML ekkada upayogapadutadi. It is used in web pages and websites. Let me write. So these are the tags. We tags ani chuddam. Little more time is there. I don't know whether we can cover program or not, but little more theory I will complete. Uses of HTML. HTML is used for creating web pages, websites. Okay, that is the use of HTML. And then what is a web page and a doubt was, because before going into application program, before going into application, we should know these terms. What is web page? What is website? Is it not? So let me mention that also. Web page. What is a web page? So a web page is a single page. It's a single page that contains what? Some information. Very simple definition. What is a web page? Somebody may ask you before, because you are going to design web pages. If you go for web technologies, web money, you should know what is a web page. So you simply call it as a single page that contains some information, right? And now what is website? Several web pages put together, we form a website. So a website is a collection. A website is a collection of web pages. That's it. Very simple, no? Next, URL. Another word which you frequently use. Now we are going to see all the, because we get some address and all these things. We should know what is URL and all these things, right? So URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. So that is the full form for this. Uniform Resource Locator, right? Okay, done. Now, for every website, there is a unique URL. Please remember that. For every website, for every website, there is a unique URL. There is a unique URL. Okay, that is about that. Example, can you tell one example? I'll tell you one example. Can you recollect? HTTP hypertext transfer protocol : / will come, www. If you are having internet, you can try this. Times job. Unda ippudu times job? Timesjob.com. You can try this. You'll get into that website. Okay. Naukri.com, timesjob.com, like that. You can try. Okay. Next one. Next one is, what is HTTP? That also we have to understand, because in interview they will ask you these kind of things. Hypertext quality interview, I am telling you. Hypertext transfer protocol. HTTP stands for HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, that is the full form for that. And then దేనికి యూజ్ చేస్తారు? It is used for transferring the site from server to the user system. సో మీకు కావాల్సిన డేటా సర్వర్ నుంచి వస్తుంది కదా, మీ పేజ్కి వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా, మీ సిస్టమ్ మీద మీ బ్రౌజర్ విండోలో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది కదా. అది రావాలి అంటే ఇది ఈ ప్రోటోకాల్ ఈజ్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్. మీ కంప్యూటర్ నెట్వర్క్స్లో వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. what do you mean by protocol? A set of rules and regulations. అంటే సమ్ కోడింగ్ తోనే తయారు చేస్తారు. అది కూడా సమ్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ ఏదో ఒకటి ఉపయోగించి తయారు చేస్తారు, రైట్? HTTP is used for, that is also an important point. HTTP, whichever is important, I am telling you, is used for transferring what? Is used for transferring the site, from where? Site from server to the user system. మీరు పైథాన్ తీసుకున్నా ఏది తీసుకున్నా ఇవి మాత్రం నేర్చుకోవాల్సిందే. ఎనీవే, ఇట్స్ ఎ కామన్ థింగ్ విచ్ యూ నీడ్ టు లెర్న్, రైట్? కామన్ టర్మ్స్ విచ్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. నెక్స్ట్ FTP అని కూడా వచ్చి ఉంటుంది, ఫైల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ప్రోటోకాల్. That also you should know. Okay, FTP stands for file transfer protocol. పేర్లోనే ఉంది, ఫైల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ protocol. That is a full form for FTP. It transfers files. FTP transfers files from a system to to where? To server and vice versa. Itinch to atinch to. Client to server, server to client. Both ends. Okay, double end, both ends. FTP transfers files from multiple files. It can transfer files from our system to the what? To the server. మన దగ్గర నుంచి సర్వర్ కి అండ్ వైస్ వర్సా, రివర్స్ కూడా సర్వర్ నుంచి మనకి అండ్ వైస్ వర్సా. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్. దట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్వర్ టు అవర్ సిస్టమ్ ఆల్సో. క్లారిటీ కోసం రాస్తాను వైస్ వర్సా. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రమ్ server to our system. Our system also. Our system. So that is the meaning. Okay, done. Next. For that to happen, in Jali, we require for that to happen, we need or we require ఏం కావాలి దానికి? we need FTP path కావాలి. FTP path కావాలి. we need FTP path, FTP username, FTP password, ఇవన్నీ కావాలి. FTP path కావాలి, and then FTP username is required, and then one more is there, FTP password is also required. ఎవరిబడితే వాళ్ళకి వీలు కాదు. ఫైల్స్ పంపించాలంటే ఏంటి? యూజర్ నేమ్, పాస్వర్డ్, పాత్ ఇవన్నీ కావాలి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ FTP path? గెట్స్ వెన్ వి పర్చేజ్ ఎ సైట్. మీరు ఏదైనా సైట్ పర్చేజ్ చేస్తే అప్పుడు వస్తుంది. ఇది ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాను సపరేట్గా ఎందుకు. హియర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఐ విల్ మెన్షన్ గెట్స్. మీకు వస్తుంది ఇది పాత్ అనేది ఇస్తారు, వాళ్ళే ఇస్తారు మీరు కొంటే కనుక. ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ పర్చేజ్ గెట్స్ వెన్ we purchase site. Okay, మీరు ఏదైనా సైట్ పర్చేజ్ చేస్తే then they will give that FTP. So with the above three, we can have a transaction between a system and server. So that all I will mention. So one thing. So what will happen with the above? Three details. More ఉన్నాయి కదా details ఇచ్చాను కదా. With the three details, when we otherwise three details only, three details only we can have what? Transaction between a server, a system and a server, between a system and a server. For imaginable, you should have these three things which are very important. Okay, that is the point. And then SMTP కూడా వినే ఉంటారు. SMTP ఒకటి, www ఒకటి. Very few more things are there, and then domain name ఇవన్నీ కూడా రేపు చూద్దామా. Few more things are there. So tomorrow I will discuss little more theory, then straight away we will work on a program. ఇంకా కొంచెం ఉంది యాక్చువల్గా. హోస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి ఇట్లాంటివి కూడా తెలియాలి మీకు. టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ హోస్టింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కొన్ని, అదొకటి తెలియాలి. అండ్ దెన్ ఇంకేమున్నాయి, హోస్టింగ్స్ ఒకటి, ఇంకంతే. Then we can go with the program. Little more theory is there. Tomorrow I will discuss little more theory. Then I will work on a small program. If you want, I will do one small. Idri open చేస్తున్నాను కాబట్టి I will do one small కొన్ని ట్యాగ్స్ కవర్ చేస్తాను. మీరు కొన్ని చేయండి, మీ ఓన్గా ట్రై చేయండి. నేను కొన్ని ఇక్కడ చెప్పినవే చేస్తాను, ఆల్మోస్ట్ చెప్పినట్లే. ఇది కొన్ని వర్కౌట్ చేద్దాం. సింపుల్గా బోల్డ్ ఒకటి ట్రై చేద్దాం. బోల్డ్ ఒకటి, హెడ్డింగ్ ఒకటి. బోల్డ్ వరకు ట్రై చేద్దాం. ఇంకేం HTML ట్యాగ్ కూడా అయిన మ్యాండేటరీ కాదు HTML. జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ సమ్ టెక్స్ట్ అండ్ లెట్ మీ సీ వాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్. బోల్డ్ టెక్స్ట్ ఒకటి పెడదాం. ఇక్కడ ఏమని రాద్దాం, HTML అని రాద్దాం. చూద్దాం ఎట్లా వస్తుందో. సో let me go with this closing tag for that. Let me save this. ఇంకా యాడ్ చేద్దాం దీనికి కొన్ని. చిన్న అప్లికేషన్ చేద్దాం. So here are the scripts. Let me save, and here let me add as basic tags కాబట్టి basic tags dot html. You have to save like this. So notepad లో టైప్ చేశాను కదా, బట్ చూడండి ఎట్లా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. లెట్ మీ ఓపెన్ లొకేషన్. Where is your location? HTML. Okay. In that scripts. చూడండి నేను టైప్ చేసింది నోట్ ప్యాడ్ లో, అది ఎట్లా కన్వర్ట్ అయింది చూసారా? క్రోమ్ ద్వారా ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలి, మీన్స్ బ్రౌజర్. ఇట్స్ ఓపెనింగ్ ఏ బ్రౌజర్. ఇట్ క్యాన్ బి ఓపెన్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ ఏ బ్రౌజర్. ఎస్, బోల్డ్ వచ్చిందా? యూ కెన్ సీ బోల్డ్ హియర్. ఎస్. So you can try like this small tags. Tomorrow I will make one big application with all these tags. So with this I am closing for today. Okay na? Any doubts, please ask me.
The title tag.
Title type చేయమంటావా? I will do that. Yeah, you have to take that. What is that? What is required? Just one second.